we look at the Quran, we will find that Allah the Almighty instructed us to seek refuge from the outcast Satan. And we only seek refuge in Allah the Almighty, as mentioned in the Quran. And whenever you recite the Quran, seek refuge in Allah from the outcast Satan or the outcast devil. And Allah Azza wa Jal revealed 2 surahs, and He instructed us in them to seek refuge in Him subhanahu wa ta'ala from the evil of everything that He had created, and from the evil of the night, and from the evil of the sorcerers and those who envy and give the evil eye, and also from the evil of the outcast devil. And these are the last 2 chapters of the Quran. And we all know that it is part of the Sunnah to recite the last 3 chapters of the Quran, قُلْ هُوَ اللَّهُ أَحَدٌ, قُلْ أَعُوذُ بِرَبِّ الْفَلَقِ, and قُلْ أَعُوذُ بِرَبِّ النَّاسِ, in the day and night 12 times. We recite it once after every prayer, and we recite it 3 times after Fajr and Maghrib prayers, and we recite it also 3 times before we go to bed. We read them or recite them in our palms, and then blow into our palms, and then wipe whatever we can of bed. This we do every single day and night. And also, it is permissible to wipe over your body when you are making ruqya to yourself. So this is done only, that is, reciting these 3 chapters and blowing in your hands and wiping your body. This is only done twice: when you are going to bed, and also when you are feeling sick or ill and you are making ruqya to yourself. Unlike what a lot of the ignorant Muslims do when they wipe their bodies after every single prayer, going against the Sunnah of the Prophet ﷺ. And what is the meaning of seeking refuge in Allah the Almighty from the outcast? Well, actually, it is seeking His help and assistance from whatever you are afraid of, and from whatever has evil in it. And our Prophet ﷺ used to seek refuge in Allah a lot. And he used to do that from a lot of things, because it is part of worshipping Allah Azza wa Jal. Because if you seek refuge from other than Allah Azza wa Jal in things that only Allah is capable of doing, then this is major shirk. And this is the shirk, or associating others with Allah, that Allah does not forgive. It is like when someone, for example, moves into a new house or builds a new house. In Arabia, actually in the Arab world, they have this custom that people do without thinking. You would find people, when moving to a new house, sheep at the doorsteps and putting the blood on the doorsteps or on the pillars of the house before it is completely built. And they do this as a form of getting closer to the jinn, so that they would protect them and not harm them while they're living in their houses. And of course, this is shirk, and it is associating others with Allah the Almighty. If you look at the hadith, you will find that the Prophet ﷺ used to seek Allah's refuge from a lot of things. And the first thing that comes into mind after seeking refuge in Allah from the Sheitan is when the Prophet ﷺ used to seek refuge in Allah from four things before he concludes his prayer. So he used to say, Allahumma inni a'udhu bika min adabi jahannam, wa min adab al-qabr, wa min fitnat al-mahya wal-mamat, wa min fitnat al-masih al-dajjal. These four things that the Prophet ﷺ used to seek Allah's refuge from is that he seeks refuge in Allah from fire and from the torment in the grave, and also from the tribulation, from the fitna of life and death. And the fitna of life is known, which people are tempted by, whether by being tempted by the opposite sex, or by wealth, or by power, or by anything that does not please Allah in this life. And in seeking refuge in Allah from the tribulation of death, that is, as the scholars say, when the people are dying, the Shaitan comes to them and he tries his last tricks to make them die on other belief than Islam. So he either appears to them in the picture of their parents, telling him, that is the people who's died, and the person who's dying, telling him that we are your parents, we know what's best, we died before you, and Christianity is your choice, or Judaism, or Buddhism, or anything, so that the person who's dying, who's hanging by a thread, thinks that this is the right thing, and then he changes his religion and dies as a kafir. May Allah Azza wa Jal have mercy on us all. And also, finally, the Prophet used to seek refuge in Allah Azza wa Jal from Al-Masih al-Dajjal, the false Christ, or the Antichrist as they call him. These are the four things that the Prophet used to seek Allah's refuge in. And there are so many things that the Prophet ﷺ used to seek Allah's refuge from. And I believe that, inshallah, this is sufficient for the introduction. And maybe, inshallah, next time we meet, we would elaborate a little bit on other things that the Prophet used to part of the Sunnah, to learn them and to seek refuge in Allah, as our Prophet ﷺ used to do that. And Allah the Almighty knows best.